Up with KREM begins now.
Right now on Up with KREM, the Caldor fire is burning aggressively across the Sierra Nevada mountains. KREM 2's Joshua Robinson gives us a look at the conditions.
And it is the first day of classes for Gonzaga students. Nicole Hernandez live on campus with what students can expect for the upcoming school year.
Yeah, that's right. Students moved in last week, and now today classes are actually officially starting, of course, all in person. So I'll explain what the university is doing to keep students and staff safe from COVID-19.
And you saw Nicole's hair blowing in the wind, the flag in Coeur d'Alene flying. It's a bit windy today. I'll let you know what that means for our temperatures.
But first, we do say good morning. Thanks for being with us on Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Well, this morning we do have breaking news out of California. Thousands of tourists and residents found themselves in gridlock traffic trying to evacuate the city. Now, communities just across the state line in Nevada are warned to get ready to leave.
New firefighters arrived last night where they were dispatched immediately to protect homes. Forecasters are warning of critical fire weather through Wednesday.
KREM 2's Joshua Robinson is at the Caldor fire in Christmas Valley with a look at the current conditions.
The only story here along Lake Tahoe on the border of California and Nevada is this fire, the Caldor fire, which continues to threaten the very town of Tahoe itself. In fact, on Monday, winds helped push the fire over the southern mountain range, inching closer to the wildly popular lake vacation town, forcing mandatory evacuations for homeowners and hotels alike. Now this morning, fire crews are bracing once again for another day of potentially troublesome winds and bracing to continue their fight in protecting the vacation town turned ghost town. Now, there are hundreds of fire crews in Tahoe right now, but as you might see right now, where we are here at Christmas Valley, there aren't a lot of firefighters right now working to get this fire under control, putting hoses on this fire, and that is because they believe they have got this stretch of the fire under control at this time. And right now, most of the efforts are focused on the bigger threat, moving north. But for now, reporting in Tahoe, Joshua Robinson, KREM 2 News.
So Joshua is in California right now with our sister station in Sacramento. They're helping them cover that fire just because, yeah, it is exhausting crews in the area and the fire continues to burn at this hour. You can see some of the images Joshua's been tweeting. You see traffic and heavy, thick smoke, and they're getting really close to the fires there. So definitely dangerous situation there.
Now, the Department of Defense is actually sending 200 Army service members from Washington to help fight these fires. The U.S. Forest Service has announced that all national forests in California will be closed until September 17th.
Back here at home, let's get a check of the forecast now with meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. And Jeremy, people will notice that it's a little windy outside, and that's also not great for fire conditions here.
Absolutely not. Just because we don't have a red flag warning in place doesn't mean that wind isn't going to create high fire danger today. We have ongoing drought conditions across the region, and we have a lot of wind today. With dry vegetation and wind, all you're really missing is the spark. Now, our relative humidity isn't low enough to prompt that red flag warning, but it doesn't mean that fires won't easily start and easily spread. So keep that in mind as we head through the day. We just don't want wind this time of year. That's really the big story. You can see the wind blowing there in Coeur d'Alene, and temperatures already near 50. We're down to 47 here in Spokane. So a bit cooler in the 7 o'clock hour, but those temps will continue to rise. Air quality remains at good, 34 on the AQI. And it'll likely stay between good and moderate both today and tomorrow as wind continues to blow. Throughout the day today, wind gusts up near 20, eventually calming down later on this afternoon and this evening. And notice not a cloud in the sky, a little bit of activity up and over the Cascades, but that is about it. We stay sunny today, so it's sunny, breezy, and cool. Believe it or not, with nothing but sunshine in the sky, our temperatures will struggle to climb into the upper 60s later on today. So even if we do hit 70, you won't really even get to experience it.
Well, it is a big day for students as classes are getting started for the students at Gonzaga. And this year, the university is welcoming the second largest freshman class ever.
Very exciting. So this morning, Nicole Hernandez joining us from campus, telling us a little bit more about what new and returning students can expect on campus, because, yeah, it will be a little bit different this year. Good morning, Nicole.
Yeah, good morning, guys. So fun fact real quick, Channing, you mentioned that it's the second largest freshman class of incoming students here. It's actually only the second largest by 5 students. Had they had 5 more students, they would have reached that largest class. So just barely the second largest. But anyways, now that students are back on campus here, there are going to be some changes specifically to help stop the spread of COVID-19 between students and faculty. So one of the things the university is doing is actually having their staff and their students use masks when they're inside in congregate settings, so in group settings. That's no matter your vaccination status. The school says on their website that they do hope to relax those mask protocols in the following weeks. Gonzaga also said students on campus will have to submit proof of their full COVID-19 vaccination before the start of the fall semester, and vaccination is also required for all faculty. According to the university, 89% of students and staff are already fully vaccinated. Gonzaga advises students who haven't been vaccinated to schedule their first shot or receive an exemption, as COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations are rising locally and, of course, across the nation. Now, last year, Gonzaga set up hand sanitizer stations outside every open residence hall. Other areas were set aside for quarantine and isolation spaces if needed. At Hemmingson Center, students were encouraged to take their meals to go. Seating areas were replaced with controlled traffic flow and markers. And classroom sizes were also capped at 15 people, with desks separated 6 feet apart. So if you're interested in more information about exactly what Gonzaga is doing to keep all of their Zags safe, you can text that word there, Zags, to 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link with more information. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
It is time now for your morning rush. More news in less time.
Up first, Washington State needs at least 85% vaccination rate to beat the COVID-19 Delta variant, and this is new coming from health officials. The update came during a Washington State Hospital Association briefing on Monday morning. Association CEO Cassie Sauer says there are nearly 1,600 COVID-19 patients positive in Washington hospitals across the state. Currently, 73.3% of Washingtonians 12 and older received at least one dose of the vaccine.
The Spokane City Council has approved $150,000 for warming and cooling centers during their meeting on Monday night. The city hopes that they no longer have to scramble to keep vulnerable people safe from dangerous weather events. They've also approved over $188,000 for overnight shelter beds at Truth Ministries. Another proposal related to temporary housing was discussed, but it's been pushed back to a later meeting.
We now know how a Spokane firefighter, Lieutenant Cody Traber of District 9, died while on duty last week. District 9 leaders say he fell from a bridge trying to locate a reported fire. Firefighters around the city are coming together to remember Traber.
Cody was a very outgoing person. He was a kind man. He was a family man. He had a sense of humor, and people just really enjoyed his presence and enjoyed being around him.
Lieutenant Traber will be moved from the Spokane County Medical Examiner's building with a formal procession to the Heritage Funeral Home. That's happening today at 1:30.
Today, Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz took to Twitter to express her condolences for the loss of Chief Kraus. She included her thoughts are with the family and crew of Chief Kraus, and she also wrote, "Thank you for your 52 years of service to the Colfax community. Rest in peace, Chief Kraus."
A woman from Athol is heading to Flavortown. 19-year-old Sarah Kitchings is competing in an episode of Guy Fieri's Guy's Grocery Games. So this airs on Wednesdays on the Food Network. Her former culinary teacher actually encouraged her to apply, and Kitchings says she was surprised when she got accepted, and we, of course, wishing her the best of luck tomorrow night.
Well, that's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's going on in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
Right now, more than 400,000 acres are burning across the inland Northwest, with 13 uncontained fires in Washington. So let's get right to them. Up first, a fast-moving wildfire is prompting level 3 evacuations near Moscow, Idaho. The fire is currently not contained. Anyone who lives north of 3830 Mountain View Road needs to evacuate. Fire crews are asking everyone to not fly drones in the area. A Red Cross shelter has been set up at the Latah County Fairgrounds for those who need assistance.
The Rooster Comb fire burning in Wenatchee is threatening at least 150 structures. Now, that fire started yesterday and has now burned 200 acres. It's prompting level 3 evacuations for nearby communities. And as of today, crews have it 10% contained.
Heading now to Okanogan County, where the Muckamuck fire is still prompting level 1, 2, and 3 evacuations. It's burned more than 13,000 acres and is about 50% contained. Crews don't expect the fire to be fully contained, though, until mid-October.
And fire crews in Chelan County are making progress against the 25-mile fire near Lake Chelan. It's currently 32% contained, but the fire has burned more than 11,000 acres since it started just 2 weeks ago. As of Friday, all evacuations have been lowered to level 1. Now, of course, we know there are a lot more fires burning all throughout our area that we weren't able to get to, so we're making it easy for you to find the very latest information.
Yeah, just text the word fire to 509-448-2000. We'll send that right to your phone. Our Ida aftermath coverage continues. For some, their homes are becoming unrecognizable.
We'll make it though. I know somebody will be there to give me a hand. So, excuse me, guys.